Hello. Thank you for watching Bougie by You Witches podcast.
My mind run deep in my thoughts when I didn't have it. Sleeping on the floor, wishing it was a mattress. Now I'm in Hollywood with actors and actresses. For everybody bougie, latest trends and fashions. I'd rather keep it a buck, 100 if you ask me. I was trying to pay the bills just like last.
Hello, I'm Tony. I'm your host for the Bougie by You Witches podcast. Hello, welcome today. This is episode 9, and we'll be talking about the pros and cons of being a business owner. Yes. So today I have here with me
Myra.
Nisha.
All right, so these are my two guests that I have today. Now, what type of business do you have and do you run, Myra?
I have my own business in intuitive reading. I do healing. I do a little bit of everything, but mostly it has to do with spirituality.
Okay. I want to mention you.
I make soaps and butters and light scent perfumes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm meaning that I do. Yeah.
Well, me personally, I have and run an online as well as a brick and mortar metaphysical shop, and also I have 2 different tax offices, one located in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well as Austin, and I also do clients' taxes all over the USA. So those are the businesses that I do have. I don't really consider my podcast a business because it's just something that I feel in my heart that I just love and enjoy to do. But the others are my businesses that I do work and do. So with that being said, what motivated you to become a business owner, and what are the most rewarding aspects of running your own business? Well, we're going to start with part 1 on there. What motivated you to become a business owner?
Just being independent, having something to call my own, my baby, something I created, something that, that represents me, who I am. For so long I had to hide who I was and what I believed in, so I was just like, what a better way than just to do it by myself, and the right people will come to me that want to do that stuff, and the ones that don't, then they're not for me. So that's what motivated me.
Okay. What about you, Nisha?
For me, it was more like a light bulb clicked off where I was good with my hands.
Okay.
And something just told me one day, just go in your kitchen and mix these things together without measuring. And I end up making something out of nothing to actually clear my sensitive skin without having any, breakouts or issues. Okay. And then, you have those friends you want to test it on to see how it works.
The guinea pigs?
Yeah, the guinea pigs. And then it was like, I went from there, I'm like, hey, if you want something made, blah, 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 just don't tell everybody. But I like doing what I do.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. I guess what motivated me on becoming a business owner was I didn't like working for people. I like to set my own schedule. I hate it. Always having to ask when I need to be out, and they will either say yay or nay. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I can't keep doing this. I got to step out on the faith, and I've got to, just believe in myself and just do what makes me happy, and that's being my own business owner, my own boss. And so I took that initiative back in, I think, 2016, and I stepped out. And ever since then, I basically been doing my tax business, and I love it. I enjoy it. I love helping people. I don't know what it is, but it just puts a smile on my face when I can help someone and, help them out, especially with getting a nice amount of money back. As well as my metaphysical shop, we all know how that came about. My team came to me in a dream and just told me, instead of doing it online, just give me a little shop or a place and just open it up and help the community. And so I moved forward with doing that, getting a brick and mortar place back in 2022 of May, and I opened it back in July the 13th of 2022. So I've been up and running, and this is going on 2 years, and I ain't going nowhere. It'll be 3 years online in November. But what really motivated me was just being able to get out and do something that I have a passion and I love to do, and that's helping people, helping heal people, helping doing work for people, and just being able to make products and stuff that can help people out overall.
I love what you said with that. Like, being able to be a business owner is an amazing thing.
It is.
But like what you said, being able to help people, I think that in itself is the biggest reward, because when somebody leaves my office and they say they feel lighter, they feel better, they just are in a good mood, great things start happening to them, and it's like, wow, like, thank you. Like, whoever gave me this gift, thank you so much. Because seriously. Of that, I'm able to help other people. And it's beautiful
and
thing.
I feel like they know the ones that's going to be able to make a difference in people's lives, and the ones that they select and choose on who they want to follow their path, because they know the ones that are going to be hard-headed and are going to listen versus the one that's going to listen and be patient and help folks. So trust me, your spirit team, they know who they put in line to be able to handle the tasks that they do, have for us out here. And that's just how I feel, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. Everybody have their own opinions, but that's just my opinion on it. But on the part B of the what motivated you to become a business owner, what are the most rewarding aspects of running your own business?
What are the what? I'm sorry.
What are the most rewarding aspects of running your own business?
Being able to make my own schedule.
Just
being able to work. Like, I want to take a vacation. Cool. Whenever I want. It's a beautiful thing just to be able to work for yourself and then spend time with your family if that's important to you, and it's important to me, especially being there for the people that I care about. So just making that time that you don't have to clock in and clock out and clock in and clock out, or may I request this, and they're like, you have to give it in advance. I remember that, and that would piss me off. I'm like, dang, I'm giving you 3 months in advance and you're still saying no.
Are they either making you feel like you that big because they talk to you like you ain't nothing,
and you're a child? I'm like, we're the same age. What are you doing?
I'm transitioning that full time, hopefully soon. Yeah,
right.
Where I gotta keep saying, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? It's like when you're asking for time off, it's like you're saying, hey, mama or dad, is it okay if I take these days off, or you're gonna be fine without me? It's like I feel like you just feel. You feel trapped in a situation like that. So yeah, hopefully I can do mine full time where I don't have to clock in and clock out.
Yes, and you will.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. It's coming. You will. So, Ma, can you share some success stories or achievements that you've experienced as a business owner?
Being able to help my family. That's, to me, a big achievement. Like growing up in a Hispanic household, where money was a little bit tight growing up. I'm 35, so, back when I was, 10, 11, 12, money was tight. So now that I'm able to help my mom when she needs help right now, my dad did unfortunately pass away a few months ago. So, it feels good to step in and say, Mom, it's okay, you're not on your own anymore. I'm able to help you, and we can do this together. That, to me, I think is the biggest success so far.
Okay.
Being able to help.
For me, it's more of a goal than anything that I accomplished this, and then I'm excited. I can move on to something else. Working 2 jobs at one point for so many years just to make things being on your own at an early age and going to school. So it was like I climbed up that ladder and got the things that I said I was going to get. Spoken into existence, and then did the transition to where I can actually take a break and then go back to doing what I do. It was more like a satisfaction for me that I can do this on my own without extra help.
Right.
So for me, it was more like I got it down packed. I know what I want. If I say I'm gonna do it, and I can do it. So that for me is more of an accomplishment. And if I just need to help, friends and family members out, I'm able to do that without them saying, do I need to pay you back? I got it. I'm going to take care of us. We're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. I would say some of my success stories or my achievements would be that I didn't let the negative people that thought that I wasn't going to be nothing, that I wasn't going to amount to nothing, that my business was going to flop. I didn't listen to them. I had a couple of folks that was very negative and didn't believe in me, and I blocked them out because, what you have to understand is when you're running a business, you're not going to have everybody that's going to be rooting for you and happy for you. You're going to have a lot of people that's not going to want you to do well. They'll smile in your face and say, oh, yeah, oh, God, I'm proud of you. Yeah, go way to go. You're going to, do this and that. But deep down inside, they're wishing that you don't. They don't want to see you do better than them. They don't want to see you amount to anything because jealousy. Jealousy is a big thing. A lot of people, they say they're not jealous, but they are. Listen to the words that come out their mouth. Pay attention to the way that their actions speak louder than words. Pay attention to them actions, because it'll tell you a lot about people that are around you, family members, friends, associates, acquaintances, whatever. They, a lot of times, are not really who they portray to be. So I guess me achieving those goals and taking my business to where it was just down here to where I feel like it's up here and it's going to go all the way up to the top, because yes, I am speaking that into existence. You just got to be careful with the people that you know you're around and that you associate and talk to. And like she said, you got to move in silence. You can't always share everything that you're going to do, your next moves, with your family, your friends, your associates. You can't. No. Sometimes we're excited like me and we want to, but then sometimes our team comes to us and say, shh, be quiet. You know, so I got big things going on and I'm not worried. They're gonna happen. I've shared it with a few people, but you know, until it does happen, I'm gonna keep it to where, you know, is it, you know, because in time, more and more accomplishments and achievements will be there. I mean, I'm not worried about anything because I know all of the success and all of the things that I've done for my clients and customers will come to fruition. So yeah. So what are the advantages of having control over your schedule and work environment as a business owner?
The advantages?
Yes.
Just, I don't know, being able to do what you want to do. Right. It's like, I don't know, that's the only advantage I can think of with scheduling. You know, like, I want to work only Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Saturdays. Right. And I want to take every whatever Sunday or Saturday. Like, that's an advantage.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people can't do that nowadays. Yes. They have to have maybe one job, like 1, 2, 3. Economy sucks, so.
Yes, it does.
In order for me to say, oh, you know, I'm being blessed where I can do that, that's an accomplishment.
Definitely. That's a blessing. What about you, Nisha?
For me, I'm selfish with my time. I like to go do what I want to do when I want to go do it. And I don't like for one to say, well, you can't do this day because you have this and this going on. Yeah. I don't care about that. I want some free time. Yes. I'm a foodie. I love food. So if the shop, honey. I love some food. If the shop opens up at 11, I'm gonna be there at 10:45 so I can get everything fresh.
They can deliver it to my house. I'm good.
No, I want to go out because I might want to go to the next door to go buy something.
Okay, gotcha.
That too, you know, you don't want to have to go in the store and say, oh, let me just look at the prices and think about it. You know, I don't want to be looking at price tags. I want that. Let me go get it. You know,
that's the most beautiful feeling.
Yeah, it's like you don't have.
And you ain't gotta say how much is this.
Right.
Like you gotta look at the price tag.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I can afford that.
Right.
But but
I just like it. Let's take it.
Yeah, let's take it. Let's take like 6 of them. You know.
Right. Look at that. 6 of them, not 2, 3, 6. But yeah. I would say some of the advantages of having control over my schedule is me being able to go on vacations, go out on family outings and things like that, or just spend time alone with myself to, you know, give myself a break from just being around people, period. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing for me to be around people, but sometimes you need
recharge.
You need to recharge. You need to be home, and you just need to woosah, because sometimes, you know, just listening to so many people problems and stories and things, it can wear on you. You know, it can affect you sometimes. You know, so just sometimes just being off to my own little private space, I love it. And just being able to schedule days off and have someone as an employee to run my business and help me out, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a perfectionist, so I like things done a certain way. And I could sometimes be, as they call me, a female dog. But just know it's only because of the way that I've been, you know, brought up, dealing with being a business owner, running other people's businesses and stuff, the way they always said, you got to do this, so it's like once I did step out and start getting my own business, in the back of my mind, I'm listening to what my boss always stayed on my butt about, and I always made sure I implemented that whenever I did, you know, start my own business. So I just feel like being able to have control over my own schedule and run my own business, I mean, who can complain? I ain't gonna lie, it ain't all peaches and cream, but we're gonna get to that later on in the part of the show. But what about, so next I would say, how do you see the potential for financial independence and wealth creation as a business owner, as a benefit of owning your own business?
Basically, like, how do I see the financial side, like being...
Like the financial independent side of a wealth creation as a benefit as a business owner.
I mean,
I mean, we in another tax bracket for one.
For one, that's
and we getting
true.
taxed even more.
Yeah,
for one.
that new tax bracket.
Oh Lord, tell me about it.
But then the good part on that, which that's why I was like, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna
Go
go
ahead,
ahead and say it
say
because
it.
that is what it is.
Yeah.
You are able, when you become a business owner, you are the only one that holds you back as far as how much money you want to make.
Yeah, true.
If you want to make more money, you can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to stay where you're at and you're comfortable, okay.
Yeah. Stay where you're at, be comfortable.
Yeah, stay there and be comfortable. I don't like to be comfortable. Take me out of that box.
I'm trying to get to that top of the ladder. Hello,
Right.
where y'all at?
Right. Make it comfortable, but not uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, just give me enough
I'm a
room.
workaholic, and I don't know anybody who's ever known me, any childhood friends, associates, acquaintance. They're gonna always say, "Tony, I've always been a hustler." That's just her personality. That's just her, and that's me. I'm a workaholic. I love to work. Been working since I was like 12, babysitting other folks' kids, making that dinero. But with that being said, I love to work.
Right. Be like, time is money.
I remember when I was younger, I didn't do it because I was young, but I should have done it. I worked so hard. I was just like you. I was like 3 jobs. I was
Oh yeah,
on it. All
Yes.
the thing I kept thinking about was like money, and traveling, of course. But
Yes,
money,
traveling.
traveling, money, traveling.
Yeah.
And then I was a
Partying.
20, and then I was able to buy my own house, like with no co-signer, just by myself.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the heck is doing that right now at 20 years old?
Yeah, you're so true. I wish I would have been, I guess, if my parents would have instilled that in me to, you know what, save your money and get you a house instead of me waiting till I'm in my 40s to be like, okay, now I'm finna get ready to buy me a house of cash. You know, like, no, I wish they'd instilled that in me because I had the money, but I was too busy partying and taking people out to eat and doing things and helping my friends that didn't have it. And I'm just sitting back here like, girl, you could have had about 4 or 5 vehicles. You know, all that money you wasted and you spent partying and having fun. So I kind of wish I would have learned to manage my money better when I was younger because I was that type of person having 2 jobs and going to college, getting the student loans money. You ain't gonna lie, that was me.
You're just bringing all this back up for me. You touching this subject right
2
here.
jobs and going to college and was a single parent, you know, working and stuff. Thanks to my sister and my mom helping me out with raising my child at the time. So yeah. So, there was some things.
I mean, I feel like if you haven't struggled,
Yes.
You don't know.
then you don't know, and you don't know how to get out of that struggle. If you're always comfortable.
From rags to riches.
Yeah, like you literally anybody that's been a million, unless you are born into a millionaire household, then that's different.
Because you're silver spoon fed, as they
There
call
you
it.
go.
I'm gonna just go buy. I used to say I'm gonna just go buy them at Walmart. You know, get some silver spoons. But you know, I was telling my aunt, I was like, you know, you spend all this money now, you're gonna be broke now and rich later, or you're gonna be rich now and broke later.
Yeah, because some people, they can have all that money and
Right.
they don't know how to manage it, and they don't know how to save or invest it and you know, start other businesses, and now where are they?
Mm-hmm.
Back to square one, where they sit here and say, well, you know, I used to be that person. I had all this money. I had this car. I had that. But what do you got to show for it now?
Exactly.
You know, so it's just all about budgeting and managing your money so you can have something to show for it, because you can have all this money, but if you sit here and spend it as quick as you get it, what you going to have?
That's
I do have something to add on that, though. That's it's a little bit on the opposite side, and now I'm just now coming to realize that, because I did think about it like how you're thinking about it. But ever since my dad passed away, that's all he ever did his whole entire life. Just worked 7 days a week till the sun up, sun down. And he sent me a message that like kind of like touched my heart in a not in a good way. He said that was one of his biggest mistakes that he ever made in this life, was working so much and not giving himself the opportunity to just live life and enjoy it, because he was doing it for his children, but we never asked him to. But in his mind, everybody has like, I need to make money for my kids, I need to make money for my kids.
That's how we think. We're doing it for our children.
And now that he's gone, he didn't enjoy any of it.
Did he go on no vacations or take no trips or nothing?
He never wanted to, because he had,
to
work.
I gotta take a couple trips or something. You know, it don't have to be every year, but like once I get stuff situated, I plan on taking trips. You know, enjoying it, and you know, at least if I gotta take a trip and be at the house, at least you know, have some time off and enjoy yourself. Because if you're working 24/7 and you never getting a chance to enjoy yourself, you will regret it.
You know, I could go buy some sand at Home Depot, and then, you know, we can have a beach day, you know.
This girl, I swear to God.
Say, a beach day, you gonna buy you a sandbox,
Buy a big old
In the backyard.
I know, right? Look, we're gonna bring the beach to us.
Like,
we can't go to the beach.
I'm thinking like Bali, girl.
we still can do that too.
Thailand.
Yeah, we can still do that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll bring Thailand to us, right?
Beach with the backyard.
I know, I had to.
So, Kanisha, you answered the question, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're about to get to the cons part of this. Okay, I told y'all we were coming to that. So, yes, what are some of the challenges or obstacles that business owners commonly face, especially early stages of starting a business?
Inconsistency.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Inconsistency.
Oh, goodness.
And then, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We have a lot to talk about, so
Yes,
you go
we do.
ahead. Go ahead.
You have no clue or idea what you want to do or how you want to do it or what kind of resources you have. And then when you come up with an idea, it's like you don't want to tell the wrong person because they'll go and copy your business and do things that they're not supposed to do when it's your idea.
If it don't matter if they go and copy your business, if they not you, it don't matter because what's for you is for you. It's gonna be a lot of people out here copying and taking things from other people. But at the end of the day, it's enough money out here and it's enough room for people to have the same businesses and bring something different to it versus the others. So with that all being said, you know, you ain't gotta worry because they not gonna be you. What's for you is for you.
Okay.
No matter who else copy, do whatever. It's what's for you, it's gonna be for you. And that's one thing I had to learn because it was a lot of people wanted to do taxes and stuff and I taught them. And so what I had to tell them is, I don't mind you doing it, but you ain't me. You ain't you because I work my butt off to get the clients that I have. And they love me and they gonna continue to bring me more and more people because at the end of the day I take care of them. I'm patient with them, even though someone make me want to pull my dress out, you know.
You tell it, girl.
Man, you don't understand. But it's patience. You have to learn how to, you know, build in yourself to deal with people. So like you said, you know, yeah, people are going to go want to do because you might inspire them.
Or they might, you know, some of them may talk down to you. And that's the thing I didn't never like for me. It was like, why you want to do that? I'm like, why does it matter? You know, I'm kind of pitching you something to, you know, give me some feedback on and, you know, you're giving me negative advice. And, you know, for me, it'll shut me off to where I just won't say anything. I'll just go into my mastermind world. In my mind, I'm always overthinker. And I just go do what I do. And then I'm like, hey, you remember back in a blah, blah, blah. Well, I finished. You want to try it? And then they're like, well, can I do it with you? No. I just want you to try it so I know if I'm making a mistake, you know, and I know where to, you know, where to lead off at. Yeah. So to me, that would be one of the down things for me. I don't know about you.
Me, it's just inconsistency, like saying it's just appointment wise or things that we have agreed upon and things they're supposed to be doing it, and it just makes the whole situation harder. And it's like a repetitive thing, and I'm just like, when are we gonna start doing it right? But I guess it's just a live and you learn.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what mine are. Okay,
she has a whole list.
Let's get mine to it. Are when you get ready to get their business up and going, and you seem like you always got these roadblocks. You got the city tripping on this. Oh, you gotta do this. Oh, they're not gonna allow you to. It's like you got that, but no matter what's meant for you, it's gonna happen. You know, your team's gonna push ways through it, or the building's leaking. Oh, now you gotta call the owner and say, hey, why is it leaking and rain inside my building? You know, like it was just so much. It was like one after another. I was just so frustrated, but things started to work out. And like when I did open, you know, my business and stuff like that, I didn't hire anyone because I was smart. It's all about when you starting out a business, you can't sit here and be hiring 3, 4, 5, 6 people and you don't know what you're going to bring in. You got to be able to manage, you know, your money and your time, and you got to keep that overhead down low. And that's one thing I learned from when I had my restaurant. You have to keep that overhead down. So I said, okay, I'm going to run the business. And once the new year come, I'll have to hire someone because I got my other business that's going to be starting up, and ain't no way I can run this business and my other one. That'll be too crazy and too hectic because, you know, I do make the products, some of the products that I carry in my store, you know, since I have a metaphysical shop and it's not a holistic store. So with that being said,
I know where she's going with that.
I was like,
it's a shade for me.
Inside joke.
But basically what I'm saying,
I take the metaphysical story today.
What I'm saying is, it's it's all about learning how to manage and run your store. A lot of these people, they have stores out here and they barely making any kind of money off of it. Of course, when you start your business stuff, you're not going to see a return on your investment a lot of times the first 3 years. So you got to have money to the side. Well, thankfully, I had another successful business to where it can help fund that business and me live on. So, the money that I do make from my metaphysical shop, I just put it right back into my business, and it has it to where I can pay the rent and also, afford me an employee. And that's a good thing because you don't never want to get above your head, and you want to also not sit here.
Yeah.
And be buying all these labeled clothes and buying the latest vehicles. And next thing you know, oh my gosh, I can't pay my rent at the building because I didn't sit here and went and live beyond my means. So it's just all about managing and budgeting. And that's just something that I've learned from running other businesses as well as having other prior businesses too that didn't succeed. And I knew the next time I did open another one, it would succeed because you learn from your past, your mistakes.
You gotta be realistic with everything. Like if you want your business and you have this idea and it's amazing, but when you start it off, it doesn't mean that your idea of it's going to start like this. Like
it's gonna take out. Some people are. Some people do. Like a lot of these celebrities that already have a following and people that admire and love them. But when you're just like me and you're just starting out, nobody really knows you. You got to be realistic, like Myra said.
You have to be realistic, and you can't just like, I want to have this beautiful, amazing story and have all these things and invest all of your money.
It takes time.
It takes time, people. Time. You can't just be like, I want the business and I want it to start off. No, you have to take baby steps, and eventually you're going to have that vision that you.
Because trust me, all them products that I have in my store, only if you know the money I put in there was over 6 figures for them products. Don't get it twisted, baby. I put a lot of money into that store. I know people walk in there and they don't really understand and know, but I know because I'm the one that's investing and busting my butt making the products and stuff like that I do carry. But with that being said, what are some risks that business owners go through with employees, with financial fluctuations in the market on how things changes, in society?
Oh, especially right now.
Yeah.
And with the economy that we're in, it's like you look at your overhead and you're like, okay, I look at everything that I have planned out. I should be getting this and I should be getting that. So you have like, a set plan. But then things don't go accordingly because economy right now is not the greatest. So then the numbers start looking a little bit like lower and you're like, dang, okay, that's not something that I expected it to be. So you have to, for me at least, something that I've learned is to always set money aside for those times where you're like, ooh, I thought I was gonna have more clients this month or this week, but actually they've decided to go ahead and cancel or reschedule or whatever. I understand too. I'm a human. If somebody couldn't make it, then that's fine. But that's something as a business
have
owner,
courtesy to make sure you call and let us know.
For sure, because I'm not trying to be rude, but that's okay. So to me, time
is money.
One, money and very valuable.
Yes.
So if
valuable.
you are wasting my time. And I have somebody else over here that is very interested, but I'm waiting and I'm sitting and I'm like 30 minutes, and you're still not here. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that because that's not fair. That's my time. So.
And people got to be more respectful and mindful of that. I think people feel like, if they decide to change their mind on something, I ain't got to call them. They'll figure it out. No, have the courtesy and the decency to do it. But guess what? You can one day have a business, and how would you feel if the shoe was on the other foot and someone did it to you? It's laughable. It's funny because guess what? You've done it to other people. So it's all about being mindful and respectful and respecting people's time, because like you say, time is valuable. You can't be sitting here wasting nobody's time and not calling and letting them know. So
yeah, pretty much.
Your business is your baby, right?
Yes.
You're taking care of it. You're making sure that everything is going right. So then I can provide the best service that I can for you. But if you're confirming with me and then I'm waiting for your appointment and you're not showing up, and then you call me, text me the next day and you're like, do you have something available? No, I'm sorry. It's long gone.
Right. Like, you have to wait 2 weeks out. I'm overbooked. I do it all the time. All the time. I'm overbooked.
So what about you? What about you?
Well, what I do for now, where I work at now, I can tell you, I get irritated when there's an appointment and then there's already, we double book for a reason. And then when you get a phone call, it's like, well, hey, my appointment was at 10:45. We go to lunch at 12:30. Oh, it's 11:15. Well, I still need to be seen. No, because your appointment was at 10:45.
Right.
And not only that, you need to be here if you're a new patient. You need to be here 2 hours early, just because you got all this stuff to fill out.
Yes.
So then you get there and it's like, I still need to be seen anyway. Or I have suggestions on who I do want to see versus who I can see because of the availability. Right. Well, you missed out on your 10:45 appointment. You only get a 10-minute, leeway span to be seen. And then when I cancel your appointment, I'll tell you, oh, it's going to be 4 months out unless you want to see. And it be really true, unless you want to see a PA. And then I'm thinking, well, what else can you do? Or there's urgent care, or there's other choices. So it's like we sit there, we prepped your chart, and we got you ready for days in advance to see you and get all this stuff that we need to get from different offices. And then when you get in, you're late. I wasted 2 hours out my day, the 2 days before, and then the day of, I have to say, okay, we're not seeing this person. Go ahead and shred all this information. Like, it takes time to get just that one person together, and then you get mad at me because I won't see you where you're late. So then, therefore, with messing with me, it depends on how you're acting. If you got attitude, 4 months. Or you can come back on a Friday when we're not so busy, and we don't do weekends. No. So it just depends. So yeah, time is very, and then too, my lunch. I don't want you messing with me at my lunchtime. That's my time.
Her eating
And taking a nap. You invading in my time. I need more than just 15 minutes. I need that 1 hour.
Tony and I are like, we're still staying up till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
And got to be up a couple hours
later.
I'm
like, why y'all not in the bed? Oh, because we got something to do. I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, did y'all drink coffee? We can't have coffee. I'm like, I'll drink 2 cups for y'all.
Okay, you have to drink a 3rd cup for me. I would say some of the risks for me when it deals with employees is calling off. I don't like that. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie, because if I don't sit here and be calling off and I can bring my butt to work, then you can bring your butt to work. Especially if you ain't got no children or anything like that. You ain't got no kids that's keeping you from home. Now, if you having problems with your loved one, your mate, your boyfriend, whatever, that ain't my problem. When you came on board to work for me,
yes.
When you came aboard to work for me, you didn't sit here and tell me, okay, now I might have to call off if me and my boyfriend's not getting on. I don't care about all that. That is not my problem. When you signed to work for me, guess what? You working for me. So I need you to be here. Rise and shine. Because when I got to come in on my off day, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no happy camper. So we're just going to keep it at that. And another thing with employees is comprehension level, not being able to comprehend and understand the things that are coming out of my mouth. Now, if I got to repeat myself 10 to 15, 20 times, I don't know how long you're going to be around. But that's another problem. And then
when they call too much, you forgot that one.
When they call too much.
When they call exactly just entirely too much.
You see what, when they call in to talk to you after work and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, they don't want nothing. Or just, you can't enjoy your day.
But maybe
just
they
keep
like
calling
you. Or they could be obsessed with you.
No.
And you admire them.
No.
They look up to you. You're a role model. I that could be it.
But you got to have your time when you just call them. Yeah, true. When you got to come in like, well, I need this. I don't know how to do this. We went over this.
Right. It's like if you can't remember stuff, write it down. You got a cell phone, like how you be sending text messages to your booze and your loved ones. Write that down so that way you can go back to your notes and relate to it. It's like, come on, y'all. I understand we all might not be the smartest people, but sometimes we got to get off that short bus and hop onto that long yellow bus, and that way we gonna be good.
I think I was a car rider. Privilege.
You made me ask what school you went to, because I want my kids or my grandkids going to that school. So yeah, but that's just the only thing, like some of the downfall. And then, like you said, when it comes to the financial fluctuation part with the society, you got to make sure you're ready for that, because like I tell folks, you could be doing good and that stuff can go right down. So you got to make sure you're prepared for that and have some backflow, cash and stuff, because regardless, you got to be able to buy your products and stuff to keep making, your items and to be able to sell in your store and stuff like that. So that is some of the risks, when we're dealing with that. But how do you navigate issues like competition, and industry regulations and stuff, being a business owner? How do you deal with competition? Because you're going to have some people out here want to compete with you.
They can compete with me and see who wins.
You heard that. I bet you need.
I like to go on the dark side.
So you saying you ain't even worried because you like to be on the dark side?
I like to be on the dark side with that.
Yeah. But when I tell you, I stay on the
I want to go on the dark side.
Let's see who wins. Come on.
Well, I guess basically with me on how I navigate my issues with competition, I don't see competition. I don't compete with people. That's just not me. The only person I'm competing with is myself to become a better individual.
There's nothing to compete with.
When it comes with somebody see me and they upset or mad because they constantly seeing me on TikTok or Instagram, hello, how you doing? Get like me and maybe you can get more business too. So my thing is I don't compete. Like, why?
Yeah.
Who?
Why?
I'm not a little kid. I'm a whole grown person. I'm just out here doing what I'm supposed to do, and if that means I need to advertise my business and I need to continue to do my money work and stuff like that to bring in my customers and clients, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I don't see others. All I see is me and my customers and my clients that I take care of. But yes, ladies, is there anything else that y'all would like to share with the viewers on, the pros and cons of being a business owner?
Never have your eggs in one basket. I learned that a long time ago. It took me a while to understand what it was, but as you get older, you realize like, hey, I can't just spend all my stuff over here and then don't have nothing over there. And then if there's a rainy day, and you can't loan money or get money from other people because they might not have it.
If they asking you, they don't have it. So who's saying when you gonna get it back because they asking for it?
Right. And then my motto is, if I
say goodbye to them,
that part,
right?
You gotta give it to them and just take it. It's not no loan. This is just something I'm gonna give to you to help you out.
Or I used to say, I've learned this from a younger person back in the day. If you borrow the money from me and give it back to me, you can borrow more, but if you ask me for money and don't give it back, just make that your last time you ask me for money. And I always stuck by that.
You're too good. I can't let nobody borrow any kind of money. I don't trust.
Man, all the money.
Because I don't give it out.
Never gave back.
I don't give it out often.
It's just.
That's
just something that's part of when you letting people get stuff the risk you take.
Because you already know the ones that are not gonna give it back. Even $15 I gave somebody borrowed $15 and I see her every day and I'm like, you still
owe me that $15.
You still ain't getting my $15 back.
That you don't gave folks.
But it's okay. You can keep that. I made 15 more 2 weeks later, but it's okay. But that was my last time.
No, that is annoying. My husband has a business too, and then his friends will call and say, "Hey, I'm in a real tough situation right now. Oh God, so man, the economy is so tough.
I know.
Like, they come up with the whole paragraph.
I know, right? Just cut the corners.
I'm just like, get to the freaking point. What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want?
We ain't heard from you in about 2-3 months,
right?
And then he's like, "Hold on, I have to ask Myra." He always blames it on me, and I'm like, "No." The answer's always no, and it's always going to be no.
And he go back and he tell him my wife said no.
And that's fine with me.
That part.
I always say I got my utility bill stay high for the past 6 months. I ain't got
I can't touch my savings.
Exactly.
That's my thing. I can't touch my savings.
My savings doesn't exist. It's somewhere in the floating area.
Okay. So, ladies, one more question. Can you share any lessons that was learned or experiences where you had to overcome significant hurdles or failures while running your business?
For me, I guess not this business so much, but another business that I had was people criticizing your work. And they think that the work that you're doing is not good to their quote unquote standards.
But they ain't even got no business. But it's not good enough.
It's not good enough. And then you charged me too much. And then there's this, and I'm just like, well, then you go ahead and do it at home then. I don't know why you're here.
Right. I agree with you on that.
What was the question one more time?
Can you share any lessons learned or experiences where you had to overcome significant hurdles or failures while running your business?
Okay, I'm gonna stick to the dark side on this one because it'd be the ones that's around you that always hinder you. So for me, it was more like we both were starting a business, but you were supposed to be helping me more than you were helping the other. So when I saw that you were leaning more towards the other person, that gave me motivation for me to go ahead and just pursue what I'm doing, but just take my time. And then at the end of the day, when it blossomed, you helping that other person do their business failed. Ooh. So it was more like, that was my lesson learned, that try limit to who's in your circle. And then I hate asking for help, but I do when I need to. And it was more that we're supposed to be a team, but you taking the team to another team. So it was more like, for me, I'd rather just do it on my own and then, resource out, but use your intuition to who's resourceful with.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So, yeah.
Well, I would say some of the lessons I've learned and experiences of things I had to overcome and hurdles is just making sure that I manage my money, and also just keeping my overhead low, and making sure that when it comes to employees, that you make sure that your team likes them. And if they don't like them, then, in time your team knows what to do. And just always go with your intuition when it comes to bringing on people, because me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm very picky, and I don't like to just bring anyone to my establishment. I want them type of people. I'll do it myself. If I got to make all the products and run that store 6 days a week, and if I had to, I'll do it myself, because that's just me. It's my baby, and I just feel like nobody's going to treat it and run it the same way that you want to, because at the end of the day, some people are just there to actually get a paycheck, when I'm actually really there because I'm compassionate. I love my baby, and this is what my team called for me to do, and I'm going to treat it, like it needs to be treated. And I'm not trying to say that anybody that you bring on are not going to do that, but I'm just saying not everybody will. Now, there's some people that will love it and treat it, like it's yours,
Like if it's their own.
But you got to worry about people stealing money out your register. You got to worry about them stealing products, or maybe drinking some of the liquor out your store. It's a lot of things that you got to worry about. And what people don't understand is, even though I might not be reading people, I am a medium. And my team come to me and they give me downloads and they tell me things, and I do get readings done, and I, have things. So I know what you're doing. What's done in the dark will come to the light. And I just want people to know that,
How you drinking the spirits liquor?
Baby, some people will come aboard and do that, especially if they like liquor and they probably got a itch, and they were like, oh, Lynn, I want to have me something to drink, But I'm just saying, that's some of the things that you have to deal with, with running a business and stuff like that.
Right.
So
I wouldn't even touch her stuff without even saying,
me neither, because I'd be worried about what my team gonna be trying to do to you, because they sitting in there and they watching you and they like, okay, she's serious, okay.
That's why I'd be like, hey, is it cool if I come back here? I always ask. Now I might flirt with a couple of the spirits. I'm like, ooh, Space Shango's my favorite.
Ooh,
he gonna get me.
You hear that, Daddy? Yeah, Father. So yeah,
I like muscle men.
I cannot with you, but no, the serious because we don't want to be upset nobody.
Right.
But yeah, so again, I enjoyed this episode. With the pros and cons of being a business owner, and like always, y'all can always like, share, and subscribe. Leave y'all feedback down below. And until the next episode, bye.
My mind run deep in my thoughts when I didn't have it. Sleeping on the floor, wishing it was a mattress. Now I'm in Hollywood with actors and actresses, where everybody bougie, latest trends and fashions. I'd rather keep it $100 if you ask me. I was trying to pay the bills just like last week. I was trying to sell a deal just like last week. Trying to run plays and run it up like the mathletes. It's in my DNA.